attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everybody. It's Anna Matuszkiewicz from Europe speaking, Sales and Marketing Manager for European RX. So just let me know if you can hear me properly. Write some information here in the question bar. You can also input your questions during the webinar. So yeah, perfect. Hello. Aha, you hear me. I'm so happy. Very nice. So we will wait, I don't know, 2-5 minutes for your friends. I see many people joining us still. So we will wait a little moment and then we will start our webinar, okay? Loud and clear. Yeah, I know I'm loud. It's so nice to see so many well-known names. Welcome, guys, from all over Europe. I'm so happy to see you. Nadia, hi. Kathleen, wow, Jade. Oh, you are all here. It's really great. Netherlands. Hey, so I will give you just very quick, organizational info. So this webinar is recorded. You will find the recording in your ex-office, I hope tomorrow, maximum in 2 days. And I will try to translate it into Dutch very fast, bring the subtitles for your market. So I hope to be really fast for you, okay? So let me see. Okay, let's wait a moment. Oh, Dick. I can't believe, Dick, is it Dick Body with us? First time on our webinar, Dick. The topic is interesting for you. All right, guys, so I'm a little bit jet lagged. I'm just back today from amazing Salt Lake City when we had last week busy with strategic planning for the future. I can tell you, big things are coming to Europe. I'm really happy about that, and it will be an amazing year next year. But today, as you know, we are going to talk about the serious problem of the obesity in the world. So I can tell you, I know only few people who never struggled with some kilos too much. And this is really independently on the culture, country, or age. It's a problem. I know also personally that this is not an easy battle. Many of you know that I'm a super busy working mom of 2 boys, and I also had some years in my life when I was bigger and heavier than I wanted to be. I remember this feeling when I realized that I have to do something with myself. It was not easy. I still remember this horrible continuous feeling of loneliness and defeat. Oh, not a good feeling, you know. So many bad memories about that. But now, you know, after some years from that moment, I'm happy and satisfied when I look at the mirror. And all of you probably know this feeling of looking at new yourself. And you know how amazing is that? How much it raises the self-confidence and helps to smile every day. This is exactly why I love the topic of today's webinar. I have a real feeling that we can change so many lives, and then that we give you the secret weapon, the powerful weapon to fight the obesity in the world. So guys, welcome to this webinar, a very powerful webinar, and I think we can start with the video, which would surprise you, I hope, and we will love that. So Tom, are we ready with the video?
I think so. Let's go.
You've passed on the birthday cake, the donuts, the bread. You've ordered salads with dressing on the side. You've put your time in at the gym. You've lost some weight, but gained it back. You're frustrated, and we're frustrated for you. That's why we created Slenderiiz. We made it just for you, to change your life, to get your edge back. With all natural, clinically tested ingredients, Slenderiiz makes losing weight simple. And Isn't that what you're really craving? Slenderiiz. Get your edge back.
Wow, that was a little bit jumpy. I don't know, guys, if you have also this feeling. Maybe it's my internet connection so bad here in Poland. So just for you to know, the video is now on YouTube, available for everybody, so you can watch it. It's really amazing and powerful video where you can, show to everybody the fast information about this amazing product. So I'm really happy today to have my great friends at this European webinar. So we have with us our Chief Product Officer, Deanna Latson. Welcome, Deanna.
Hey, Anna, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. So I know that we have also Tom Jackson with us and Erica Elmwood. So I will leave the line to you guys, and we want all to learn, as much as possible about this new opportunity coming to Europe.
Perfect. Let's make sure and get this thing recorded, start the recording. And I'd like to remind everybody on this webinar, if you have questions, put them in the question box, because at the end of the webinar, we will be answering some of those questions. So let's get this thing started. Slenderiiz. Why are we even talking Slenderiiz? Why do we even care about weight loss? Well, I've been doing some reading about Europe. And what's really interesting is 1 in 4 British adults are obese. And I'm telling you, there's this new trend for the UK. Folks, UK, I know there's a lot of UK folks on this webinar. You are now become the fat man of Europe. What does that mean? That means UK has the highest level of obesity in the Western European countries. You're ahead of countries such as France and Germany and Spain and Sweden. Your obesity levels have tripled, and in current estimates, more than half of your population could be obese in just the next 30 years. And let's not be mistaken, those of you in the Netherlands or Ireland, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Sweden, France, Austria, Belgium, your obesity rates are really high too. So why are so many people getting fat? Well, we blame it on our modern lifestyles, right? Including the car and TV, computer, desk jobs, high-calorie food. But hey, guess what, everybody? It is no exaggeration to say that the biggest public health crisis facing the UK and parts of Europe today is obesity. And here's the reality. The consequences of obesity on our health includes diabetes and heart disease and cancer. People are dying needlessly from avoidable diseases because they're desperate and don't know how to control their weight. And here's the reality as well. Britain has become an obese society where being overweight is normal. It is a trend, 3 decades in the making, which according to experts will take several decades to reverse. And I want you to join us on this movement to reverse this trend. Obesity is not something to make fun of, and it's not just a problem for other people, because quite frankly, it affects most of us. It's not just about the way we look or the size of the dress we have or trousers we wear. It's about a very real threat to our health. It is a life-shortening condition. Life expectancy there in the UK has risen steadily since records began. But for the first time, it's about to fall. And just moderate obesity cuts life expectancy for 2 to 4 years. And severe obesity can wipe an entire decade off your life. The cost, not only just personally, but the cost to our countries, world economics. I mean, you guys are spending $5 billion a year treating heart attack, strokes, diabetes, cancer, liver failure, hip and knee joint problems, and other consequences of being overweight. And the bill is expected to triple within just a few decades. So the food industry, its friends, its collaborators, want us to think that it's all our fault, right? You can eat whatever you like. They insist that there's no such thing as bad food. That's total bullcrap. It is your fault that you overeat, and it's your fault that you're fat. And they are partially responsible for this new blame culture that delivers a message to people who are overweight that's shame and self-loathing. Let's get something straight. Skinny people fall over and die every day. Our program is about living and getting control of your body, because the diet industry is full of gimmicks, full of motivational books and celebrity endorsements, and a lot of it is totally fraudulent. Our bodies have gotten fat, and guess what? Our bodies are going to do everything possible to keep that weight on, because our bodies fear starvation. We are like hibernating animals that store up food so we can survive a hard winter. Except here's the problem these days. Winter never comes. And pizza is just a phone call away waiting to be delivered. And the worse you feel about this yourself, the less likely you're actually going to go out and make a change or exercise, or because what do? We feel bad about ourselves. It's a vicious cycle. We get on these yo-yo gimmick diets, and then we sit at home and we comfort eat and we get bigger and our problems get worse. And I know what it's like to be on that yo-yo, because I was an 11-year bulimic. What did I do? I believed the media. I believed the media when they said, oh my gosh, just reduce your calories and exercise, you're going to lose weight. Because that's what our doctors and our friends have told us. And you know what? You go out to the dieting industry, what do? They give you pills and quick gimmick things that suppress your appetite. And then so you're exercising, you're reducing your calories, your appetite is suppressed. And then what happens? Oh my goodness gracious. You get off that program, the appetite suppressant goes away, and then you know what? Oh, you gain all that weight back and more. Because that's what I did. That was my 11-year yo-yo, up and down. 30 kilos difference than I am now. The difference between our program and all the gimmicks out there is, you see, we get fat for different reasons. And when you look at our program, you'll notice that we tackle all the other reasons why people gain weight. We help you by giving you a really great balanced meal plan. No one's ever complaining they're starving. You don't have to take anything unreasonable out. And here's the good news, folks. We have a set limit of calories, but that's just to teach you what good calories are, bad calories are. And once you understand food and you start eating intuitively, you don't even have to count calories. So we're helping you with all these other issues that affect weight loss, which makes our program truly life-changing. And that is why we see success all over the world. And it took years before I understood what it meant to be healthy. And when I decided to get healthy and lose the weight and get rid of an 11-year eating disorder, not only did it prolong my life, it helped me avoid all the issues that are affecting other people, but it also gave me back my self-confidence. Now, I think it's really important for all of you on this call today to understand who makes these products, who's behind these products, because I want you to understand our commitment, our promise to you. I lived it. I know what it's like to be on a yo-yo cycle. We would never do that to you. That is why our program is so well-rounded. Not only do you have me on your side with that experience, but you have Tom Jackson, who runs our regulatory product development R&D department. And Tom has his own story as well, because together, you know, we come to this problem after suffering, both of us, with weight and body issues, realizing that this is something, we don't want repeat customers. We want people to go on this program, change their lives, turn around their health, and get the body they want, and we want them to be able to do it simply without feeling like they're deprived. And we've done it. And I want to bring Tom out for a minute so he can introduce himself and tell you a little about his journey. Tom, you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Great. So I know all of you can hear the passion in Deanna's voice, and I want you to know that I share that same passion for this subject, for weight loss, for healthy living. And as Deanna alluded to, the reason for that is that I've been on both sides of the fence. So over the past few years, I have lost a little over 50 pounds, made a lot of other changes to my lifestyle, but that was because I started to feel the pain, and we're talking about physical pain, emotional pain, that forced me to change. I was going to bed every night with back pain, with joint pain. I was snoring so loud at night that my wife hated to be in the same room as me. I would wake up tired and grumpy and miserable. I was staying away from activities with my kids. I had stopped hiking and skiing, swimming with my kids. There was no way I was going to take my shirt off at the pool. So that was the pain that I was living and dealing with. And so being now on the other side, having lost that weight, having changed my life, I want to do the same thing and maybe be a small part of helping others make those same positive changes. So again, it's not even about the weight so much. It was about everything else. It was about being unhealthy. It was about knowing that I was halfway through my life, maybe even more than halfway, 45 years through my life, and I was facing a future where I was destined to be on drugs, statin drugs for cholesterol, high blood pressure drugs, maybe even diabetes medication, and I did not want to face that future. So it was up to me to make those changes. When we talk about weight loss, nobody else is going to force you to lose weight. Nobody else is going to make these changes for you. And I realized that myself. Nobody was going to change my life for me. So it was up to me to learn how to make positive lifestyle changes. So again, just like Deanna, I'm passionate about this. I really care, and I really want to do everything. And developing these products was part of that change.
Thanks, Tom. And you know, when looking at this program, really, let's hear from people that have used it. I mean, we have some guests on the webinar today. We have the wonderful Leonora, who's going to join us in just a moment. But before she does, you know, Tom said something I want everybody to remember. It's not just about losing the weight, and that's why the program works for people who has 60 pounds to lose, or 30 kilos to lose, or 5 kilos to lose, or 1 stone to lose, or 10 stones to lose. We're out, you know, the program is for everybody, because you not only do you get the body you want back, but you regain your life, energy, and vitality. And you know what? Let's hear from somebody who's been on the program. I believe we have Leonora on today. Leonora, are you there?
I am indeed, Deanna. Can you hear me okay?
You're great. Hey, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, hi guys. Seeing if you were talking there, Deanna, I just worked out you were talking about me. I have been trying to lose weight for probably the guts of 20 years. Not as much as what I have to lose at the minute, or had to lose. I'm a driving instructor, so my lifestyle was not your normal one, and that would have left early in the morning, maybe not had breakfast, maybe not had lunch, or maybe grabbed a sandwich from the garage, just came home late at night, maybe 9, 10 o'clock to have an evening meal. In terms of what I was eating previously, it probably wasn't that bad in that it was fairly low fat, but it was all carbs, a lot of carbs, and I suppose I didn't really understand at all what that was doing to me in terms of spiking blood sugar and things like that. I mean, I thought I understood, as you said, you know, if you exercise more and eat less, that would help you lose weight, but that wasn't working for me because my overall calories probably were quite low, but I was starving myself as well. So I jumped at the opportunity to get involved with the Slenderiiz program, and since the 15th of April I have lost 62 pounds, so nearly 4.5 stone. And in the previous 4 years I had managed through yo-yo diets to lose just 2 stone in 4 years, but 4.5 stone in 4 months basically. Now what that's done for me is it has totally changed my lifestyle. So I don't leave the house now without breakfast. I would have quite good breakfast in the morning, and if I don't have time to cook something, I'd usually have an omelette or something. I would have my shakes, like pure nourish shakes, with maybe berries and things like that in it. I always make sure to get some form of lunch. Again, it could be a shake potentially, or a salad. and then I won't eat beyond 7, half 7 at night. So I've made the conscious decision that if I am working late, again, I maybe have 2 meal replacements of shakes during the day potentially. And I feel wonderful. I mean this literally, feel 20. I would have suffered before with joint pain, back pain, a bit like Tom was saying there, all those things. I'm sure I probably was pre-diabetic, if not worse. And now I have a lot more energy. As I say, I get up brighter in the morning. My joints aren't anywhere near sore. I mean, I did all that in terms of Slenderiiz without doing any exercise. At the start, I probably couldn't have. Now I'm starting to walk and can do it without any issues, without any injury, no pains, and I'm not breathless or anything the way it would have been before. So it has literally transformed my life.
You know what, Leonora, your story is remarkable, and the reality is all that yo-yo dieting you did before, you were exactly what I was talking about.
Oh my God.
What happened was your body was in hibernation, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was holding on to all that weight, and now look at what you've done, and you're an inspiration to others. And you know what? You're right. You shouldn't have exercised in the beginning because that would have been too hard on your body. And we're just really proud of all the changes you've made. So congratulations.
Oh, thanks so much, and thank you for having such wonderful products.
And we're gonna move on now, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the product. As you all know, on this webinar, this is an OTG product for Europe. We're really excited about that, and it's got its own unique characteristics. And we're going to talk about a few of the real hero ingredients in the plan that help balance out the body. So we're going to welcome Tom Jackson back out, who's going to go ahead and talk about the day and then the night drops and give you some really fantastic information. Tom, you there?
I am.
Great.
So let's talk first about these drops and how they're administered. So the day product, which is designed as a pre-meal product to be taken 20 to 30 minutes before your main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is really exciting. And this was a long time in development. And I think one of the things that people first notice about this when they take the drops is the taste, which takes a few people by surprise. It is a dark chocolate taste. Some would call it a bitter chocolate taste. The reason why is we have found and used and developed an exclusive cocoa bean extract. It's actually a cocoa bean and almond oil blend that is exclusive to us and has actually been a subject of several studies shown to positively affect the hormones related to hunger. Now, we talked earlier, we put up that slide about all these different reasons people gain weight and all of those factors that cause people to lose weight or maintain weight. Well, hormone balance is one of those. We have hormones such as ghrelin, leptin, insulin, which a lot of people are familiar with, and cortisol. These are 4 of the main hormones that are constantly signaling our brain that either it's time to eat, or we've eaten enough and we're full, or our blood sugar is high, or the fat content in our blood is high. And those types of things need to be brought into balance. So this cocoa bean extract has been shown to positively affect some of these hormones related to hunger, which sends these signals, or rather cancels some of the signals to the brain. So we also have a couple other clinically proven ingredients. I'll just highlight a couple that you may be familiar with. One is guarana, the other is green tea. These are things that, again, reduce hunger pains. This is much more, I want you to know, this is much more than an appetite suppressant. This goes to several of these factors, like I said, hormone balance, slowing the absorption of carbohydrates, hunger pains, metabolism increase. So this is a product that hits 4 or 5 of these main factors related to weight loss and weight gain. So this is a little bit different than anybody's used to. This is something that, again, is to be taken before meals because, again, some of the carb interactions and hunger signals. You take this right before a meal. And so this is a great first half of this product duo. The second part is something that I'm really, really excited about. This was fun to develop and fun to work on. This is the night drops. And this is a blend of adaptogenic herbs. And adaptogenic herbs are things that help regulate stress and increase feeling of well-being and also help promote sleep. Now, these are used together with L-theanine and L-glutamine, which again have a lot of clinical data behind those on how they act to encourage a restful night's sleep, how they bring about a feeling of calm. And so this is a product that's taken about an hour before bedtime, and again promotes feelings of calm, helps with a restful night's sleep. And this is something that researchers are finding more and more important and more linked to weight loss is a good night's sleep. Those people who tend to gain weight are usually sleep deprived. Here's what happens. When you're sleep deprived, your body increases the output of cortisol. Cortisol is directly related to fat storage. Cortisol, an increase in cortisol tells your body, I'm stressed, I need to hold on to the energy I have in the fat, and that goes straight to fat stores and usually in visceral fat around the belly. So reducing that by promoting a restful night's sleep, by decreasing stress, is so important to weight loss. And so these two drops, in conjunction with the rest of the Slenderiiz program, hit so many of those factors that we put up before, so many of those reasons that people gain weight, and so many of the factors that are involved in weight loss. So this is very much a multifunctional product set, these drops, and something that we're just so excited about. Eric is going to talk a little bit later about some of the results we saw when we tested these drops, but I just wanted to give you some insight into the ingredients. Now, with that being said, it's not necessarily the individual ingredients that are important. What's important is the way this has been put together to hit so many of these factors in general. And then, of course, one thing that I take a lot of pride in, and I know Deanna does as well, these are the highest quality ingredients. Again, we've taken the same care that we do in all of our other products with sourcing the highest quality. These are pure, these are natural ingredients. We've gone around the world to source these ingredients, and we put the same care into the quality and the manufacture of these products. Now, one thing let me just mention, because I don't think it's on the slides anywhere else, in our manufacture of these products, something that a lot of people were asking about, these drops are halal certified. Our manufacturer is halal certified. These drops carry a halal certificate. We will put that up in X office in the library, so that if you have any questions about that, this is something that I know a lot of you in Europe were questioning, we're hoping for, and it's something that we have done in this as well. So again, the same kind of care in manufacture, in sourcing, in product development through the entire thing, start to finish. We put that same level of quality into these that you can expect from any RX product.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Tom. And everybody on the call, I mean, you heard Tom talk about hormones. You know, like hormones, really, that's just probably a girl thing. Well, really, hormones is a girl, boy, grandpa, grandma, young kid thing. It's an everybody thing. And the fact that these products, hormones rule our bodies, folks. And the fact that these products, you know, support these hormones, give you the results. And you know what? Let's have somebody else talk about their experience. I believe we have Laura on the call who's going to talk about her experience being on this product. Laura, you there?
I am, Deanna. Hi.
Hi, welcome. And please share with us what it was like for you to be on the program.
I absolutely loved this program. One of the main side effects for me was trying on my clothes, and they're just not fitting. It completely changed my body shape, as you can see in the photos. I hate that first photo, it's horrific. But it just shows you what this can do. I've never felt so confident. I had a holiday to Spain, and when I started doing this trial, I was secretly hoping that I would look amazing in my bikini, and I so did. I slept better on this product. You know, I'd been taking it before I went to bed. Normally, with an entrepreneurial mind, I have trouble switching off at night, and my brain's constantly going. But with these, I found it, you know, I was really relaxed, and yeah, I just thought they were incredible. It really helped me with my healthy eating routine as well. Basically, I live with a husband who's not a great eater, if I'm honest. And obviously, with me doing this, I really wanted to change. So it changed both of our diets really, because he was eating healthier as well. And the outcome was just amazing. I lost 2 stone in 2 months. So yeah, really happy. And like I say, I had to buy a whole new wardrobe. So I blame you for that, Deanna. Thanks.
Darn it, you had to go buy new clothes. You know what? You look fantastic, and I want to point out to everybody, this isn't just about the way we look, it's about the way we feel. It's about adding more life. It's creating more energy. And you know, Laura, you said something. It's changing the way your family eats. And that's what this is, folks. This, not only is this system simple, not only does everybody get results, but we're part of the movement to get everybody's health back. You know, so when there's other companies selling scams and gimmicks, we are changing people's lives. And when you hear from Laura, who said her husband was not a good eater and now his eating has changed, that's because along with this very simple process is, hey folks, just make these choices instead of these and your whole life improves. So Laura, thanks for sharing. Now, we also have another guest on the call. We have Erica Elmitz on the call, who's a member of our scientific advisory board, who ran our consumer study, who ran it in Europe, Korea, Taiwan, Mexico, and is going to share with you kind of the results. And this is really one of the first time to share these results. Erica, are you there? Erica probably needs to unmute herself. Erica? Let me see here. Are you there? I might have to speak her part, which would be very sad because she ran this program.
Yeah, I think we've lost her.
Okay, let's keep going, and then Erica, if you jump back on, please just interrupt me. So Tom and I will cover what was done. So we ran a consumer study. It was a well-organized consumer study to find out what type of results men and women were having all over the globe. And let's look at these numbers. The average person within a 28-day cycle lost 5.8 kilos. Now I want to... Oh, Erica, you there? Perfect.
Can I tell you, my internet dropped literally right as you were introducing me, so I apologize.
You're back. Go for it.
Okay, so anyway, it's an honor to be here. I've had such an amazing experience here in the last number of months, getting to know so many of the people that have been on this program and coordinating this effort literally worldwide. We've done it with a lot of people. So, Deanna, I'm not sure how much you've already covered, but we have, so what we, just before we start on the averages, basically what we did is, in addition to the drops that the people in the consumer study were taking, we had them do a Pure Nourish shake. We also gave them an approved foods list, as many of you are familiar with, as well as a calorie target, like Deanna mentioned earlier. This was essentially a training tool to help people bring an awareness to what types of foods they were eating. So we had embarked on this, and our average weight loss across the study was 12.7 pounds or 5.8 kilos. So this is a really incredible result. And that was for everybody complete in the study. Now on the next slide, we did break it up between men and women. And so our male average was 14.7 pounds. And ladies, I hate to tell you, but I think we kind of already know this, men lose weight a little bit easier than women. But even for women, we had basically a 12-pound weight loss
over 28 days, and that is incredible. And ladies, hang tight, I do have a little bit of good news for you here in a minute. So what we also had the participants do is we had them take their measurements. So we measured in 4 different areas. We measured in the waist, the chest, the hips, and the thighs. And what we did is we had everybody total up their inches or centimeters lost. And our average across the study was 27.6 centimeters. So that's total centimeters lost over the course of the 28 days. That's incredible. And if you go to the next slide, for breaking it down, this is where the good news comes in for you ladies, is that the men's average was 25.8 centimeters, and for women, yep, we're just about almost 3 centimeters better in the average of 28.3 centimeters. So that's pretty exciting. So the men may lose weight a little faster, but we tend to lose a little more in inches. So that's a really important thing to remember when you're getting people on these products, is that people lose weight in different ways. So next slide, please. So what I'd love to do now is just share some of our experience with this particular consumer study and share some tips and some how-tos and some takeaways that we got from working with people. So one of the things that I know when people embark on a weight loss program is they obviously have a bunch of concerns because they've tried everything like Deanna mentioned earlier. They've tried the diets before and they just haven't worked. Maybe they're eating a certain amount of foods, but there's a few things that our program is very different. And the first thing is that people always assume they're going to be hungry. They assume that they're just going to be starving, they're going to be really restrictive, and it's going to be hard to stick to because, quite frankly, in the past it has been. But what we did is we provided an extensive list of grocery store foods that were our approved foods list. And what we found, and what we found with our participants as we were going through, is that a lot of the times people couldn't even eat enough food. One of the feedbacks, we did a webinar once a week with a number of the participants just to check in and get some feedback, help answer any questions, and hear how they were doing. And at one point in the study, at one point about halfway through, I remember I had to tell people to eat more food. And when does that actually happen in a diet weight loss program? You know, we have a target calorie of 1,250 calories. But we had people hovering around 800 or 900 calories and just saying, you know what, I'm just not hungry. And we advise them to eat more food. So again, if you think about that, when does that ever happen in weight loss? So when you have the ability to eat really healthy foods that are nutrient dense, low glycemic, that provide your body with the nutrients it needs, and have the hunger control of the drops as well, it's like the hormone control, sorry. It's amazing what can happen. So that is a really big thing that was important to know. And people were like, really, you're telling me to eat more food? And yes, we were telling them to eat some more food. Obviously, foods from the approved foods list. But we had that happen a lot. And I think that was a really big aha moment for many of the people going through the program. And then the other piece of it, too, is that people thought that, there's only certain foods you can eat, so it's going to be really restrictive. But, guys, we had so many different fun things that the participants were sharing. And I think that speaks to another major aspect of what we experience with this program, is RX is really not only committed to developing amazing, cutting-edge, pure products, but we're really, really focused also on creating a community of people that are changing lives. And that's exactly what we did here. So that's a very important aspect when you're going through this program, when you're coaching people to go through this program, is we really develop a sense of community. So we did a webinar every week, and we also had a private Facebook group for some people, and what was so fascinating to watch was how people supported each other, how people were rooting each other on, sharing recipes. I mean, it got to where I think people think they have to only eat from a certain number of foods. They maybe for the first week or two eat the same 3 recipes the whole time. But through the community, we discovered people were sharing all these great recipes and having fun with it. There's so many things we can eat on this program. And I think through the community, that brought such a sense of excitement. It brought a sense of support. And so it's really, this is not a product that you sell and then you leave your customer to go. That's not at all what this is about. This truly is about supporting somebody through this journey. So a couple other ahas that we had as well along the way is I would suggest that because we had the community, I would not compare your results to others. People lose weight differently. You may lose weight differently at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of your journey. And the important thing to note is it's easy when you look at testimonials to see really dramatic results. But I would encourage you to remember that everybody's journey is different. Some people will lose weight on the scale far quicker and less in inches. But some people, the scale might not go down that much, but their inches are being lost. I remember a few times on the calls, we had some people that were, hey, you know what, I only lost 3 pounds this week, yet they lost 6 inches in that week. Sorry, I don't have the conversion into the metric system off the top of my head. So I would just encourage you to remember that every person is different. You might lose weight differently throughout the process. So always just focus. We also coach people to just focus less on the number on the scale, more about how you're feeling, more about how your clothes are fitting. You know, we heard from Laura. She's like, I had to get a new wardrobe. I have more energy and more excitement about my life. So that's really what was important to know. And then lastly, you know, this was not a study that we did to talk about health parameters, sleep, blood sugars, cholesterol, anything like that. This was purely focused on the weight loss results. However, we had a lot of feedback from participants that they were sleeping better, their mood was improved, they felt more energy than they ever had. We even had somebody who was talking about how suddenly she went and got a manicure because suddenly her nails were growing, and they never grew well before. So she was so excited about that. So while the study itself didn't, you know, we didn't track that type of thing, these are all, obviously if you're losing weight and you're improving your health through better nutrition, clearly you're going to have improvement in health parameters as well. So we were really excited about that. So with that, let me see, I think there's one other thing too. We did have some, this is what's going to be fun for me. So when we started this study, we did ask for people looking to lose about 20 or more pounds, and we had a wide variety. We had people that didn't have as much weight to lose, but they were a lot more athletic, and then we had people that just wanted to lose the weight. So we did have a range. I think the lowest weight, starting weight was 140 pounds, and the highest weight was above 350 pounds. So what I'd love to do now is share with you and invite a couple more people onto the call to share their experience. Now, these are 2 of the guys that I worked with that were more on the athletic side. These are people who, you know, had some weight to lose, but they ultimately also wanted to get their mojo back. These are some young strapping lads from the UK. So I'd love to start by bringing on David. David, are you there?
Hi, Erica. Yes, I'm here.
Hi, David. Welcome. Please share your experience with our program.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me on to start with. A little bit about me. I'm a firefighter and a dad, so I've always been, I don't have a choice, I've got to be active. But I was always a keen CrossFitter as well, so I'd been quite fit as well, lean, muscular. And then I tore a cartilage on my shoulder, which really put me back a long way, 12, 14, 16 months I think I was, without any activity at all. And in that time my mood went down, I kind of comfort it. But even before then, I used to cycle between doing like a paleo diet for 3 months and then a Domino's diet, as I like to call it, for a month. And then I jump back on and do like a zone dieting, which balances your hormones. I do that for a couple of months and then back on the Domino's. And when I injured myself and put a lot of weight on, like I said, everything changed. My mood changed, my activity level changed, the way I interacted with family changed, and especially with my son. So when I got invited to come on to try this beta trial, I jumped at the opportunity, but I also jumped at the opportunity because I am a comfort eater. I jumped at the opportunity to kind of power eat for a few weeks before it started, and I think you can see that from the before pictures there. My stomach was very distended, but I was committed to the trial. And I think the first thing, I mean, Erica's kind of pinched on my bullet points and stolen my thunder a little bit because every time she's going, I wrote that down.
Sorry.
I think from day 4, that's okay. The thing I was more surprised about when I started was I had a pretty good handle on what I should and shouldn't be eating, but just didn't do it. But from day 4, I felt home and dry. To bear in mind what I had been eating up to press, I felt home and dry as far as feeling hungry. and struggling to get the calories in. I think I was one of the ones that was told off to get my calories back up. I was hitting around 900 calories a day, which for me was, a third of what I've been eating previously. So I would, cram some more fruit in, a handful of nuts, just to get my calorie intake up, because I wasn't hungry. And I think that was down to the nutrient-dense food that I was eating off the approved food list, and also quality supplementation. And I think that helped an awful lot. My mood changed, my activity level went back up. I am post-surgery, so I did start hitting the gym again, nice and steady, but then that took off like a rocket. I found my energy levels were through the roof. I couldn't seem to burn myself out at the gym anymore. I wasn't lifting heavy weights, but I was there for twice as long as I'd been previously. And I think the thing that, again, Erica touched on it, the thing that got me through my 28-day initial plan was the support. I never felt alone, and I think that's one of the things that we sometimes miss out on, and what other diet plans and stuff out there maybe don't have the same as we do, is that constant support, especially online. It's 2016 after all. We don't need to go weigh in and feel guilty or great for losing or gaining a pound. We have that constant support, so you've got someone to reach out to. And I think that was the thing that got me through more than anything else, or as good as anything else, really. It was a fantastic experience to be on, and so much easier than I expected. And like I say, I've not looked back since. I still have got a really good understanding of what I should and shouldn't be eating, but I'm finding it so much easier now to eat the things that I should do.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Thank you, David, for sharing. I really appreciate it. It's been so fun to work with you on this. And now I'd love to bring on another participant who, again, was also one of the more athletic ones in the group. And I'd love to bring on Paul. Paul, are you there? Let me see. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Hello.
Okay. Hi, Paul.
Hi, all right?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome to the call. Thanks for being here.
Oh, wow. Nice photo. I've had a shave tonight for this event as well, and you can't see me. Yeah, I'm being last on. Everything I've sort of thought about that I wanted to share, most people have already said. So I'd repeat everything that's already been said. I think the main thing that came through for me was sticking to the approved foods. And it kind of became apparent when I was preparing food for myself, but then cooking what was the normal food for the children, and they were more interested in eating my decent healthy food than the normal food I was preparing for them. So it made me feel quite guilty. I mean, I lost 1.5 stone through the thing, I think, by the time because we extended slightly on the trial, but I think for every pound lost, it was the confidence and the good feeling that was gained that was going on like at twice the rate, and obviously you can't jump on the scales and show that, but that's what I took away, was that good feeling. I've just come back from a couple of weeks in the States, so let myself go a little bit, and I want that back even more now because it was there. I felt amazing. Let myself go a little bit, and I'm not letting it happen, so I'm getting straight back on it now, back on the approved foods again, because I'm loving the way it feels. So Slenderiiz is like a stepping stone pretty much to a new life. That's what it's got to be. It's been a good experience.
And I remember one of the things that stood out for me about you, Paul, was that you're a runner, so you were able to run a lot further with a lot more energy. Am I remembering correctly? Yeah, I was still doing the same sort of mileage, and like we were getting told off some days, not hitting our 1250, but like David said, it was hard. You have to force yourself up to 1250 calories some days, which was a very odd feeling. But yeah, I need to get back on that as well now. Let's get training for my next event. Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I know we had a fabulous experience with you guys, so hopefully that's some help and support as you move forward. I'd love to bring Deanna back on to take it from here.
Hi guys. Well, you know what? It's great hearing from everybody and just hearing everybody's experience on the products. And I want to kind of bring together what we just talked about. All right. We as a company stand for a total life change. This is not a diet. We are not one of those companies. We are bringing your body back into balance. We're giving you that support. We're making it simple. And you know what? Here's the reality. Like, when you look at what we call the approved food list, and really, you know, what we're doing is teaching you a nutrition class within the products that help support the body and bringing the body back into balance. But this is for life. You know, this is, you know, we just heard it, which was a perfect testimonial. He's like, no, my kids wanted this. You know, this is what my children wanted to eat, the foods I was eating, because we're so brainwashed into what we believe is okay to eat that we're eating highly processed, refined foods. And not only is the program designed to give you back your health, it actually, I mean, quite frankly, folks, it's inexpensive. And how can I say that? Because if you look at the research, George Washington University, the School of Public Health, this is overall tangible annual costs of being overweight, okay? This is what it costs you to be overweight. 3,700 pounds or 4,300 euro for an obese woman every year extra. Or 2,000 pounds or 2,300 euros for an obese man. Why does it cost you extra to be obese or overweight? Because it's about medical bills. It's about work-related costs. It's about lost days at work. And you know what those numbers do not include? The increased costs in fuel and clothing and air travel, automobile, furniture. Anecdotal evidence suggests that those costs could be even more significant. And the reality is, it is expensive to be unhealthy. It's expensive for your mind because of how stressed out we are and how we feel about ourselves. It's expensive for your work. It's expensive if you end up sick on medication. And we're providing a solution, a program that has products that support the body and get you moving in this new way of being with the body you want. That's what makes us different. That's why we have success all over the world. And that's why we're hearing these amazing testimonials from people who have tried loads of other things and not had the success. So I'm going to invite Erica back out. Erica, do you have any last thoughts for us? Or I'll invite Tom.
Sorry, sorry about that. Yeah, I think that's a really good point, Deanna. I think it's the overall program. I know we've had some people continue on since the original 28 days, and they have continued to get the results, continue to make those healthy lifestyle choices, and have continued to keep the weight off, even if they're not 100% perfect. So this is a lifestyle adjustment, and it's truly life-changing, and it was an honor to be part of it.
Great. And Tom, any last thoughts for us?
Yeah, I just want to kind of echo what you just said. And, you know, the thing we have to remember is our bodies want to be healthy. Our bodies are constantly striving to be in balance. Your body wants to burn calories. You eat too much, you don't have energy, but that's not because you want to be that way. It's because you have to. It's almost a biochemical drive. We are so used to, in general, this global industrial diet that is full of refined sugar and processed foods. I mean, our hormones are out of, we've got this biochemical drive, this need to eat more that drives us to crave the wrong kinds of foods. We're on this insulin roller coaster. There's so much more to this. I just want to point out that this goes back about 10 years ago now, but the National Institutes of Health here in the U.S. made this statement. They said, obesity occurs when a person consumes more calories from food than he or she burns. What a simple and obvious and wrong answer to weight gain and weight loss. It is so much more than that, and that's why you have to have a system that tackles all of these factors. Now, I just want to echo, Deanna, what you said a couple minutes ago. And here's the ironic thing. We've been talking about weight loss for an hour. Weight loss is not the goal. It's the consequence of positive lifestyle changes that bring our body back into balance. It's just what happens when our bodies come back into balance. It's not the ultimate goal. You mentioned before, skinny people fall down dead every day. It's not about being skinny. It's about being healthy. So are we focusing solely on weight loss? No, we're not. We're focusing on health. I would just say that, you know, this is such an amazing program, and again, I'm glad to be part of this. I'm glad to be able to have you now enjoy these products and this entire program, and we are so interested and so excited to see what you think, to hear your comments, to see your stories that I'm sure are going to be a lot like Leonora or Laura or David or Paul and so many others out there that we've already heard from. And we are really just excited to now launch these products for you.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Tom. All right. I want to end today, before we move into question and answers, reminding everybody you got to take care of your body because it's the only place you have to live in. And I've been working with people on their health for decades now. And I've never met somebody on their deathbed who said, I need some more of those orange-flavored goldfish or another soda or one more candy bar. It's always about quality of life. And you know what we have here, folks? We have a gem. We have a program that gives people back the quality of their life. And as Tom said, the side effect is weight loss, and it's simple. And you know what? I would stand up in front of anybody who's selling any other type of competing program or product, and I promise you we would win that debate, because I have yet to find other companies that talk about all the other issues, from environmental pollutions to chemicals and plastics to everything that affects us, affects our hormones, and causes weight gain and health problems. Here, we're a community designed to make and help you live better and longer. Nobody else has what we have. You've got it in your hands. And you know what? Looking at those stats, don't let your countries be in this obesity league. This is not a team you want to be a part of. So you go out and you help the trend start to go the other way and give people back their life, and you can do it with this program. So we want to thank everybody for being on the webinar, and now we're going to start to talk about some of the questions and answers, some of the questions that have showed up.